The following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for the Diagnostic Trading Hour with your host, Darrell Martin.
And I got Lou from Fairfield, Connecticut, man. How you doing, Lou?
I'm doing good, Darrell. And I got to tell you, you're not just blowing hot air out there. I think the way you look at the market is terrific. You're a nice guy as far as over the TV. All the research you do, all the homework you do, I truly appreciate it. I appreciate your view of the market. It's awesome.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Darrell Martin.
All right, folks, welcome back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. Check us out right here on TFNN.com at Tiger TV. Listen to us anywhere on your mobile phone at TFNN.mobi. And also coming to you live inside the eSignal platform. Let's check where the markets are at right now. We got markets moving up pretty positive at the moment, and they are right around, checking the trade real quick. All right, they are right, we got the S&P up 24 points, we got the Russell up 10, Dow's up 68 points. We'll get on over at copper right now. Copper is up over 1%, so not too bad there on copper, looking pretty good. We also go into the gold market. Gold is up about $7 right now from settlement. We got oil. I'm checking out a potential trade on there. I already had one that went in, took profit, came back, and so now I'm like, we're going to have another re-entry on the trade, so I'm going to watch that one. Looking for a potential entry on gold right around 1247 again if it comes on back down. We'll review that here in just a moment. Going on over to silver. Silver right now is up 1%. And again, we got silver is up 1% on the day. We'll get on over at oil. Oil is right back down at settlement and pretty flat on the day. It is down 9 cents at the moment. We got natural gas down a little over 0.25%. We got corn up 1.5% and soybeans up nearly 2% on the day. We'll get on over at our pound dollar. Pound dollar is currently down 26 pips. Euro pound is down 29. We got the dollar Frankie is up 52 pips with the U.S. yen down 27. Euro yen is down $1.13, so dollar 1.13 pips, really. I guess not really 113 yen. We go over into the Aussie yen down 13 pips there. Aussie dollar is currently up 12. Bonds right now are down about, they're pretty flat. They're down less than 0.25%. And looking over at the dollar index, up over 0.25%. The euro dollar is currently down 63 pips. And that'll catch up on today's market wrap. And let's see where else we are. Like I said, I've got a potential gold setup. We've already taken it one time, and we're going to see if there's another potential setup. Let me pull it up here. We'll go over it together. And right here. All right, so day trading plan for today on the gold market. We had a sell up at 1267, never got there. We had a buy at both 1234 and 1247. Didn't get down at 1234 to get a buy there. Did have a buy at 1247. That one did get triggered once, actually twice already. We went over here early in the morning, 1247. Had targets of 1251 right there right now. Hit that one. We had the next target of 1255 potentially. Didn't get it on the first round, came back down, so that one took profit there. Came on back down the trailing stop. Got another entry at 1247. Again, went back up to 1251, 1255, and just barely nicked it, then took profit on that one. Next target would be 1259 if it did get it, but it already pulled on back. Came on back down. Did not hit 1247 yet on the way back down. So once, twice, going for potentially 3 times. We'll see what happens. We don't have a lot of time left before the pit session closes on down. And let's see here. So sitting right at 120. So we don't have that much time there. And so it'll be a little bit challenging for Nadex traders. Globex traders, of course, can trade through that close and can look for that potential setup again. That sort of wraps up our gold outlook for the moment. And let's see here. With that being said, let's go ahead and pull up a oil chart. Potential oil trades. What we had today, And the oil trade plan for today, we were looking at a buy at 84.20. Never got up there on that one. Got a sell down at 81.60. Have not yet got low enough to get that, but that is the next sell order on demand there. If it gets down to there, we'll have an 81.60 sell with the $82 stop loss, targeting 81.20, 80.90, and then 80.60, trailing our stop as we go. Also had an 80.30, so we'd have to, of course, break through all those before we got into that second sell. That right there would wrap up really that is the gold plan for the day. So right now, just sort of chilling out. It's really hanging in that no man's land. As far as looking at all the, the technical analysis and everything else, really in that, choppy no man's area. And so just sort of sitting by and watching and waiting for the right trade setup to come. Going on into, let's look at the U.S. yen. All right, so I got U.S. yen over here. And let me open up that chart. We'll dive in there on the U.S. yen. We'll come back and maybe look at some others. But we'll do U.S. yen and maybe pound yen or pound dollar. Okay, so on the U.S. yen, what setups do we have? Wait out. We got a 106.35 buy already took place. Came on down here pretty early in the morning there. Triggered, hit 106.35, ran on up to 106.60.90, and then 107.20 was the last target. Didn't quite get there. Did hit just barely. Called the high right there at 106.90. So just barely taking it right there. And that's why we take profit right before those deviation levels will tighten that stop on up. As soon as it hits it, boom, comes on back down. Get out at 106.82. Scrolling on over, looking at what are potential next buys. That'd be all the way up at 107.35. So we're backing off right now. We got sales up at 108.10. And that's pretty much the trade for the day. So it happened early in the morning. It ran up. Going on down to the pound dollar over here. And let me see what we got. Pound dollar. So on the pound dollar, looking at the forecast, we got a few different ones. We had a sell up at 61.95. Didn't quite hit our 61.95. Went to 61.83. Came on back down. We also had a sell up at 62.75. Obviously, haven't got there yet. And we have a sell at 61.10. So waiting for that. Basically, those are just the primary, best trades that we're looking for on the pound dollar. So I had a couple trades that fired off that went great. Had a couple more that just sort of sitting there and waiting for the setups. All right, that ought to catch you up right there on the potential trades that we have set up for today. And now we're just going to sit back and wait and look at if we get any other potential setups over here. Okay. With that in mind, let's look on over and see. I'm just trying to see, is there anything else we could put up here? Might be able to do, but I think we needed to go a little bit lower, at least on oil, before we do anything on that. All right, let's go ahead and catch up on some of our other market reviews that I like to do with you each and every day. I'm going on over, checking out the Euro Yen. And okay, there it is. So bring that chart up so you can see that. On the Euro Yen, we're moving on down south. Last night we had multiple MVP shorts going on short. Had a potential long there and then popped on back down. But moved on down, took us right down. Almost a deviation move down for the day. And let's see, so did some great nighttime trades. I hope some of y'all are taking advantage of some of these MVP nighttime trades. Runs on up in the evening, early in the morning, runs on down, gives you a nice short trade. So you got a good long and short on the trade. Captured about 40 pips on the way up and captured more than that, quite a bit more than that. Let's see, about 60 on the way back. Going on into the pound yen. Oh, clicked on the wrong link. All right, so pound yen right there. I had market moving on down for us late in the evening, ran on back up, had some good European market activity, and then stretching on back down right over here on the right side of the chart. So basically it's really good, up, down, or down, up, then down movements again, capturing some great trends. And so, like I said, whether you're trading daytime, nighttime, whatever, trade setups are there. Got a little decent pound dollar trade, has some great simple MVP shorts going on there and a nice MVP long. Oil had that nice deviation move. Let's go ahead and review that chart again. And ran on up, and basically the one deviation level, pulled on back down to settlement, ran on back up, and coming back down to settlement. Now they're sort of chilling out right around that area, above, below the settlement area. We'll see if it moves on to our level that we're looking for at 81.60. All right. We got NASDAQ had a good move. Going and looking at that. Not a big surprise with Apple coming out and all the good Apple earnings and all that fun stuff. And, they're selling like hotcakes. And anyway, so moving on up, and it's already up about half a deviation. Market opened up, ran on up further. It already moved a deviation overnight. It actually pulled back and came back up. And you can see it just kept stretching, pushing at that 1.5 deviation level. Diving into the dollar index, had a nice reversal trade, came on in and then went long and popped on up to the upside there. Got a nice negative 0.5 up to a plus 1 deviation, so a 1.5 deviation reversal move. Really a 1 deviation from the settlement price where we got the signal. So nice 1 deviation reversal move on the dollar index. Checking out the Russell bounce. So it came on back down to settlement and just bounced right on up for a solid deviation move. A lot of these moves started early in the morning. You got a couple other potential entries, though, along the way, even right after the market opened, to hop on in and join on in that move. We got Wall Street and the S&P rallying on up. Wall Street up 1%, the S&P up 4 days in a row and going. So this is because this week is earnings week. All the funds are buying in. So they're allowed to miss out on the down moves. They're not allowed to miss out on the up moves. And so they just loaded up like on Friday right before all the big earnings come out this week. And that's, I think, being the big driving factor. And now if we start seeing some negative retail sales from these other earnings that come out, then we're going to start seeing that decline back. And, we could push on back down. If we break that low that we made there last week, then that's where the market's in trouble. Right now, as long as numbers look good, that ought to help support it up. But the S&P 500 is up 100 points off the lows. That rebound, like I said, just keeps on going. We got U.S. existing home sales hitting a 1-year high, and prices are up. So that's some great news. Canada stocks, their TSX and stuff, their natural resources, their shares are going up. COMEX copper going up to a 4-day high. Of course, that always helps when you got homes being sold. And, soybean futures gain, slowing down a little bit as harvest starts coming back around, and so that, obviously that supply starts picking back up. We got crude oil prices helping out the Japanese economy quite a bit, and gold is hitting a 6-week high on concerns over slowing growth. So it's sort of funny. It's like no matter what headline you read, they can easily go, well, everything's great. Well, wait a minute. No, this is doing well because everything's bad. And but the bottom line, that it does catch you up on today's highlights. Let's go ahead and look at the reports that came out last night and see if we have any setups right there. But I want to make sure we do cover last night's news. We'll be right back after this break.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pezzamento, Andy Hecht, Thinkorswim, or Darrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing. Darrell takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
All right, so last night we had the Aussie monetary policy report come on out. And we had a couple news trades that went along with everything, so I wanted to, like I said, go through those with you. I like to cover them each and every day and just give you the expectations of what's there, what's coming out, what to expect, and what kind of movements we can be looking for. So let's see, what do we got? We had the minutes come out. Let me pull up the Aussie chart for you, and we'll dive into that one. So right on here on the Aussie dollar. And let that load up. All right. So here we go. So on the Aussie dollar, and the report, the minutes came out at, 8:30. And you can see right here, let's see, 8:30. So even a little bit earlier, it got pretty crazy volatile before the minutes even came out. So they must have got released a little bit early. Let me go back over to my Forex factory here. There we go. And we got the Aussie meeting minutes. 8:30, yeah, I still think they came out a little bit early because that move was pretty volatile right there. Previous to the actual announcement. So let's back up. We'll go back over here and pull it in. Oh, wait, there we go. Okay, that lines up. I was like, something was up. All right, so there we go. So, yeah, we got a little shot up, shot down, shot back up. Again, this is not one of those things you can just, really easily trade. based on what you expect, because there's no expected number. It's a meeting minutes report. So it's a meeting minutes report. There's really no way to statistically trade it that way. But plenty of volatility, and definitely gave you a good warning of expect some volatility. And it went down half a deviation and then back up a whole deviation there, really within a couple hours, several hours of the release. All right, let's see. We also had last night, we had, of course, Apple earnings coming out, rocking it there in some areas, and stock up. So let's go ahead and check out the dollar franc trade balance. And over here on the dollar franc, bring that on up. And this is a iron condor trade we were checking out, coming out at 2 a.m. So we're looking at 11 to 7, looking for a pretty quiet move. Got a little bit more move than we usually get over on the dollar franc. And let's check that one out. So right on over here, came in at 11. And then bring this on over to 7. And as I said, popped up a little more than usual. Usually expect 30 pips. We got 38 pips. So I took an 8 pip hit on that one. Not too bad, but obviously would have liked it to be less. But anyways, it ran way down, flew way up. Obviously, one of the things you do is you can take profit on these, but it really can eat in with the bid-offer spread, can really eat in to any profit potential you have on the trade. Let's see. That'll wrap up your franc balance report there. Going on into, let's see, this morning we also had United Technologies, Coca-Cola, Verizon, McDonald's, all in the Dow being released. So lots of earnings this morning. We had a U.S. existing home sales coming on out on euro dollar. That's usually a 30 pip or so move. Let's see how that one turned out and how it impacted the euro dollar. All righty, here we go. So on the euro dollar, like I said, go into that, existing home sales, and looking at an entry at 10 a.m. for a 11 a.m. or 9 a.m. for an 11 a.m. expiration with a 10 a.m. release. So if we go here to 9 a.m., we'll check out, okay, 9 a.m., cover that on over to 11. Let's see what we got on it. Got about a 26 pip move on that right there. So we stay within it and grabbed about 4 pips. Not a massive profitable trade, but nevertheless, at least it did work out and was profitable. Looking on over at the report for tonight, we got the Aussie CPI and trend mean CPI. That's going to be coming on out. And so let's go over that one. What you're going to be looking at is an iron condor on this trade. You're looking to go into the trade at 7 o'clock for a 9 o'clock expiration for a $30 minimum profit potential on the trade. So get this, at entry at 7 for a 9 o'clock expiration on the 8:30 release of the Aussie CPI iron condor potential trade there. A couple things to be aware of. We do have the yen trade balance report coming on out at 10:21. That can cause a little volatility as well. And or tonight being 10:21, but it can come out at 7:50. So just to be aware that's coming on out. What do we got tomorrow morning? We have some earnings releases. We got Boeing going to be coming out. BA will be being released, and that'll come out should come out around 7:30 in the morning is when the wire release usually comes out on Boeing. Going on over to the CAD Core retail sales trades for the 22nd of October. We'll be right back. We'll cover that trade for you in detail. Stay right there.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Andy Heck's powerful weekly newsletter, the Technomental Commodity Report, has delivered multiple triple-digit winning trades in recent months. And right now's the perfect time to get a full month-long trial to Andy's newsletter with no obligation to pay anything. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you'll lock in the low rate of only $59 a month. Sign up right now for the Technomental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Darrell Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Darrell Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or Tiger TV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
All right, folks, welcome back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour, going through the news trade wind-ups for the week. And going on into right now, we got the dollar CAD, or CAD core retail sales. Looking at trade dollar CAD on that. We're going to trade it on the Nadex platform. Looking for a iron condor where we buy the lower spread, sell the upper spread. And we go in and we take for a minimum profit of $30 on the trade. And that's the CAD core retail sales. We also going to have U.S. core CPI. I'm going to look at that on the euro dollar. That's for tomorrow. And on the trade there, what we'll be doing is we'll be going in and looking at the euro dollar to trade the U.S. core CPI. We'll be entering at 8 o'clock in the morning for a 10 a.m. expiration, looking for a $30 minimum profit. And that's the max profit combined of the lower spread and upper spread combined. Should be no less than $30 on the trade. You can, of course, try to leg into these as well. It's a little bit more advanced, but that is another variation if you find the premium is not there when you hop in the trade. We got CAD, various reports coming out. We got Bank of Canada monetary policy report, Bank of Canada rate statement, overnight rate. Usually not a big mover, not a lot of surprises in that statement when it does come out, and usually stays within a 30-pip range, so that also giving us a minimum profit of $30 doing an iron condor on the Nadex exchange spreads. Don't forget, we'll be having weekly oil inventory back on its regular scheduled time here at 10:30 tomorrow, and you can be checking that out for volume spike striker possible trades. We like to look at those each week. and they work out pretty well. There'll be a couple other things you need to be aware of. Bank of Canada is going to have a press conference as well at 11:15. Make sure you're out of those Cadbury reports at 11 a.m. expiration before that comes out, because those press conferences can give it a little more crazy volatility. Never know what somebody's going to say when they come out and do those press conferences like that. We got AT&T coming out after the bell tomorrow, so ticker symbol T's, and that ought to be being released right at 4 o'clock, so right at the close of the stocks. But, you can still look at potential Dow moves. Usually not a massive mover in and of itself on the Dow, but just be aware that it will be coming out. We're going to have the RBA governor there over in Australia. We're going to be having a speech on Wednesday at 5 o'clock. That could affect the market when it opens back up at 6. And we'll be going into New Zealand dollar CPI coming out at 5:45. Again, could affect the Aussie when it opens on back up there at 6 o'clock there on the Nadex exchange. Going into Aussie NAB business confidence report coming on out, and at 8:30. So all these things should add to a nice little nice volatility for us potentially tomorrow on the Aussie dollar. We got China with the HSBC flash manufacturing PMI on Wednesday, and that'll be, that can easily impact, when it's a China release, usually impacts the yen and the Aussie both. So, like I said, a lot of little stuff coming out tomorrow evening should give us some decent volatility. Check out those MVP trades. Going into pound retail sells for tomorrow night's entry. There'll be Thursday morning's release. Looking at an 11 p.m. entry for a 7 a.m. expiration. And we'll be looking at doing that on the pound dollar. And we expect to stay within a 30 pip range when those retail sales numbers come out. Something to be very aware of, there'll be an EU economic summit that'll be coming out. It'll be for 2 days, and lots of important financial people and all that fun stuff all get together and make decisions and have press conferences and cause volatility and everything else in between. So just be aware that that is going to be happening pretty much all day on Thursday and Friday. There'll be a lot of Euro reports coming out at 3 a.m. on Fridays or Thursday. So if you are going to be trading, just make sure you know those are there. They're not massive reports, usually not massive impact reports, but ones that, again, that you want to be aware of. Going into the pound CBI industrial expectations report at 6 a.m. will be coming out, and again, more of a be aware event. We got the Nasdaq. Nasdaq will be having Comcast come on out. CSA will be being released there at 7 a.m. in the morning. And could have some impact on any of you U.S. tech NASDAQ traders out there. Going in, we'll have unemployment claims, and of course, everybody's going to keep an eye on that with all the talk about QE and everything else. And we got the U.S. flash manufacturing PMI coming out as well on Thursday at 9:45. Being followed up by our weekly natural gas inventory report. Again, a great, usually volume spike potential trade. After the bell on Thursday, we got Amazon and Microsoft coming out on the NASDAQ, and they'll be being released at 4 o'clock on Amazon and 4:10 on Microsoft. Be very aware of that. If you're trading NASDAQ up to 415, if you're trading U.S. Tech 100 over on Nadex, if you're trading the Qs, etc., obviously if you're trading their stocks and their options. But that obviously should have some pretty decent volatility. We have seen some good moves. It's not consistent enough that I just go in and do a strangle or something on it, but we have seen some good moves. It's something worth watching out for. We got the New Zealand dollar trade balance coming out on Thursday. Could have a slight impact on the Aussie. Going on into Friday, just wrapping this week up. A lot of little news and some decent news as well. Again, day 2 of the economic summit for the Euro. We got the German consumer climate 2 a.m. Report coming on out at 2 a.m. and the pound preliminary GDP index of services. And so far, that really just has not been the biggest consistency trade for us. We've seen really small moves and really large moves, making it extremely difficult to try to pull off a consistency trade on it. We got earnings releases. We got Procter & Gamble coming out of the Dow, coming out this Friday, and it'll be released around 7 a.m. in the morning. So one of the major last releases there coming out on the Dow this week. And we'll go into U.S. new home sales coming out at 10 a.m., and that'll be released. So we'll look at a 9 a.m. entry. So here's another Iron Condor trade setup for you. We got a 9 a.m. entry with an 11 a.m. expiration, and we'll be looking for a $30 minimum profit on that trade. We'll have our regular weekly crop bulletin reports. Some daylight savings times are starting to kick in. So just be aware of that. That can impact some things. Switzerland will be going into daylight savings time on Saturday. evening there. The European Union, whatever's going to be going into daylight savings time as well. I don't know why that listed separately, but they just do. We got the pound coming on out as well with their daylight savings time rollover. So all those rolls on daylight savings time internationally will start having an impact a little bit, and so could shift some things for you. Just be aware, watch it, and know that it's coming. Let's check out what earnings releases we have coming out next week. We're going to have Merck coming on out from the Dow. That'll be coming out on the 27th and should be released right there in the morning at 6:30. We got Pfizer coming on out at 7 a.m. on the 28th, next Tuesday. We're going to have Facebook and Gilead both being released right there at the end of the day, 4 and 4:05 respectively on the 28th. So some good, fun earnings reports. There we got Visa coming out off the Dow. Will be coming out at 4:05. That'll be released on the 29th is the scheduled release date as of this moment. And then on Halloween, we got Chevron. Will be October 31st. Will be releasing at 8:30 a.m. and Exxon at 8:55. So wanted to get let the Chevron go first. Exxon goes second, and getting them all out there. All right. Well, that catches you up on the. All the earnings reports for this week. Next week, the layout of the news trades for this current week, and puts that whole plan together. I know it's a lot of information in a little amount of time. Hopefully, you're able to grab some of that. Make sure to grab the archive of today's show if you're wanting to go back and get some of those numbers for you. Of course, I'll be reviewing the news trades each week, just reminding you of the ones coming out the next day as we move forward in the week. But we covered, got the iron condors, 3 iron condors in the morning. We talked about the oil inventory trade. Afternoon, evening earnings. So lots of great stuff there. Let's see here. Let's look at. We talked about some of the trades. One of the trades we went through is we talked about ESC Friday. We talked about a couple other trades yesterday. Today we just talked about oil. It's just sort of oscillating right there. I've seen. Let's see here. Trying to go through a couple other things. We can see if we got any kind of EPC setups. Those are fun. Yesterday, one of the big things I talked about was the 20-minute trades coming out, where Nadex is going to be launching. If you didn't hear that, just to cover that for you again, Nadex will be launching 20-minute binary options, meaning they were doing on the U.S. indices. So they start 20 minutes before expiration, and so they last 20 minutes from open to close. You can get in and out whenever you want to, but they'll be starting at 10 a.m. They'll be starting on November 3rd. So right as we go into the new month there, and they'll be launching those out, so you'll be able to go in at starting at 9:40 for 10 a.m. and then go all the way through in 20-minute intervals. And one of the really interesting things is they were pretty smart in how they put them together. They made them actually change width in the lunchtime hours when the markets are flatter. So I was really impressed by that move by Nadex. And let me see if I can pull up the information here. I know I put a couple things in already. And if I can find it for you, I'll go through the details on it. I'm going to see if the report had got published up yet. I put an article up on Benzinga over there. And let me see. We'll check under markets and binary options. There we go. Yep, already got published up. So right here. So we got these 20-minute binary options that are being launched out. And let me just zoom in on this for you. Let's see here. So right down here, we got the S&P 500, and so it'll be like 10, 10, 20, 40, basically 10 to 1120, and then picks up at the end of the day 240 to the close, and it'll be a point wide. So 1 point wide on the list there, but then we go on down and look at the lunchtime. They actually pick up at 1140 where it leaves off here to 1120, pick up at 1140, take that to 220 where this one picks up at 240 and on lunchtime. So 1140 to 220, there'll be 0.7 wide. So they actually make them a little bit narrower right there during that lunch hour. On the small caps, they're going to do the same thing, basically same hours on all of them. Okay, on the small caps, there'll be a point wide on the list, and then they'll go down to 0.7 on the small caps. U.S. Tech will be, let's see here, on the U.S. Tech, we're going to have 3 points wide, and I believe they're going to go down to 2, if I remember correctly. Yep, 2 points wide during the lunchtime hour. And then going on over here, looking at the Wall Street 30, and checking that out. What we got right here. is they'll be having them 9 points wide, and then they'll go down to 7 points wide on this trade. So basically, not trade, but these strikes. So basically what they do is they make them a little bit wider, they make them just a little bit narrower, about 30% narrower or so, right there at the lunchtime hour. So that way you can more easily find strikes. And this will offer a lot of opportunities. You can do boomerangs on these during that short period of time. You just have to use a smaller, minute time frame probably. You can go in. You can do spike strikers on it. You can do. I was talking about expiration premium collection, expiration trend collection. I'm talking about doing strangles, doing butterflies even. So it's all about knowing those expected ranges and then looking at the pricing in the market and seeing if you can take advantage of it. But some pretty nice lineups. I think that'll really add a little bit more fun when you're sitting there just waiting. Maybe you can't find a contract on the hourly. It's just not a good one lining up, but you got those 20-minute ones. I'm hoping it goes really well, and I'm hoping that we get a lot of people to dive into it, meaning we as traders, and because that will encourage Nadex to expand and, obviously expand that into more markets and more hours. I'd love to see those at night and some other times as well. So there's a lot of advantages here. We've got to see if we can possibly hop in on them. But more people that use them, the more they'll add on more contracts. So they went in, they tightened strikes up, added strikes on about 8 markets I sent over to them. I sent over a bunch. They've done on 8 so far. And now they're adding these in as well. So they just continue to add strikes, which I'm sure will continue to add volume to the exchange. And why do I want volume on the exchange? I don't make anything off any transactions, but what I do like is more volume. It means more market makers, means tighter bid offer spreads, and it also means more contract possibilities for me to be able to trade it. Let's see here. That's going to cover up the current day's information that we needed to go over right there. The next thing is checking out just some market moves right now on the deviation layouts. And let's check at them and see how they went. So we have the euro dollar. It launched on up, but on the settlement right here, check how it just tiptoed on down and hit the -1 deviation. And let's see here. I wanted to pull up one more thing. And there it is. Okay, that's what I was trying to find. Yep, can't find it. Okay, never mind. I found the file, but it's just not opening for me. All right, so we went down to 1 deviation on the euro dollar. And just a perfect move, and it's chilling out right there, really relaxing. So not expecting that much more movement on it. Probably going to be pretty flat mostly into the end of the day, into the pit session there on the euro. Going on down, looking at the Aussie dollar, the movements we had on that. So we looked at last night. This is catching us up to this morning. On the Aussie dollar, we moved down half a deviation, up half a deviation. So 1 deviation move. We talked about that. Bounced on back up there, and then just chilling in the middle. And let's see here. Going on down to the pound dollar. All right, let's see. Going in, looking at the pound dollar. Didn't quite get a full deviation move out of the pound dollar today. Hey, let me go ahead and add that in here. I'll add a deviation high to low. There we go. But it is perfectly bouncing off the deviation levels. Stay right there. We'll be back right after this break.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this prospectus and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
We're told to follow our passion and everything else will fall into place. I hope that's what each of you are doing each and every day. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com, and my passion for technical analysis is what led me to the most fundamental discovery in pattern recognition, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator, market scanner, and trading strategy, a set of tools that identify the momentum and power of the trend, the likes of which have never been seen before, for every market and every time frame. Yes, folks, the trend is your friend, unless you're on the other side. New to technical analysis? This is the place to start. And experienced traders take advantage of the trend like never before. Experience the power of the Rhodes Momentum Indicator each day, available to subscribers of my newsletter service, Mastering Probability. I guarantee your satisfaction for the next 30 days unconditionally, so there's no risk to you other than being on the wrong side of the trend. Mastering Probability, available on the homepage of TFNN.com. And folks, live with passion.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
Join David White as he keeps you up to date on the latest tech stocks while he uses his Power Law Vector Indicator to identify the best trades. The Power Trading Hour, next on TFNN.
All right, folks. Welcome on back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. And just going through, looking at the S&P right now, and try to do as many trade plans as we can. So figured cover maybe one or two more. A lot of these are already burnt out for the day. Unfortunately, this one's about to take profit at target one. It's going to be just below the 1.5 deviation level there, up at 1931. So right in between the two, and so it's about a point and 2 points off of taking profit there on the S&P trade. And that would be the highest row I'd be looking to go for the day. That was an entry at 1923 for a take profit at 1931. Had several entries along the way and on the way up there. The trade plans layout today and I just about got this programmed in, so I'm pretty happy. But 1894 entry, take profit at 1900. That one worked out great. Then that profit that was actually just before, so it was like, and then we had another one at 1901. right there, because you obviously can't have your take profit range at the same point. But it is busted right above settlement, went on to 1908, then 1914. I'm going to stop on, so we got both of those before it entered again on the 1923. Did not get the 1873, didn't drop below enough to get the buy on that one. I was looking at a potential short sell as well at 1915, and just to sort of show you where that one went, we go right over here, didn't quite hit it, finally broke up, had a potential short sell coming on down, and on that short sell was looking to target ideally as low as 1908, actually did hit the 1908, so it did take profit on the 1908 trade before resuming higher on a entry, again, like I said, at 1923, a little bit higher. And this one is literally just a couple points off. And let's see, we moved up to a high so far of 1929.50. Looking for a move up to 1931. So just to show you sort of another little wrap of that, if we go right on over here, started off the day, we had a 1894. So right down here. And we went on up. I just want to get that to 1894. Grab a quick 6 points. Well, it's not going to show the exact number because I'm not being super picky, but just to show you how the trade plan worked out. Going on up to, breaking up above 1900 and moving on up there to 1908, then 1914. So right here, okay, hitting target 2. Then at 1915, looking for a short, coming on back down. That's our target at 1908. So that one worked out well. I mean, this is just the trade plan worked out really great. I love it when I'm not completely surprised. I know I sound shocked. I'm not completely shocked, but you just love it when it does this, hits it on all measures. Then we got 1923, and so right up here, that's moved on up. We're really, like I said, we're shooting for 1931 on the trade. And this is a trade at this point, since it did bust on through the 1 deviation level. We entered at 1923. That was actually our entry, was right above the 1 deviation level. You have a couple choices. I mean, the stop on this trade is down at 1908. I don't think I'd want to take it all the way back down there. So let's see. Oh, no, it's down at 1915. Sorry. Because that's where we go short again. But you could also, of course, tighten your stop up using the 10-minute deviation stop method. And let's see, where would that put you? If you got in, went up, came back down below it, closed back above it, could move it up to, like say 5 ticks below the low right here, which puts you at 1922.5 minus 5 ticks. It's going to be 1921.25. So basically, you could tighten it up to where you have about a point of risk at this point. And just expecting it to hopefully, continue on up. Or, I mean, we're a couple points off, take profit. But anyways, nevertheless, it was a great trading day right there on the S&P. So making 11, 8, 6, and 8. Not too shabby. All right, y'all have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow right here on the Diagnostic Trading Hour.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated folic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. You're watching Tiger TV.